Of course, on a Saturday, I'm going to want to talk about what is the last thing we see before death. So this is still practiced in some secret societies today, but this was initially practiced by initiates of the mystery schools 2,500 years after Abraham. Someone who was ill would basically be allowed to sleep in the temple. Temples would be what existed before organized religious buildings like churches and cathedrals. So if you were ill, your sleep would last for 3 days. And the initiates would work on the vegetative body, which is very similar to the process of initiation, actually. So you would have very realistic visions, like being plunged into utter darkness. You would lose all consciousness, very similar to dying. But then you would have a vision of kind of being led by some sort of animal guide, and you would travel through long passages, through series of chambers, and then you'd be challenged at different stages by different animals, headed gods and demons, like monstrous crocodiles. In the Egyptian Book of the Dead, you would basically make your way past these guardians of the thresholds by proclaiming, "I am the Gnostic," or "I am the one who knows." This was basically a magical formula or a spell within an incantation that you would use in the process of initiation after death as well. When you eventually approach the inner sanctum, apparently, you would see a bright light, which is why people say, don't go towards the light. And the light would shine around the cracks of the edges of the gates. And some people would say, let me come, let me spiritualize myself, let me become pure spirit. They would proclaim that they have prepared themselves by the writings of thought. So finally, out of the swirling waves of light, what would emerge would be a mother goddess nurturing her child. So essentially a mother breastfeeding. And this is a healing vision because this is like the best earliest memory that a child should have. And this before the concept of the sun illuminating the earth, or even the sun being separated from the earth, before any dissatisfaction, before any disease, famine, or death. A hopeful image is the mother breastfeeding the child. That's basically when earth and sun would kind of feel reunited, and when earth would be transfigured by the sun. And there are actually many belief systems where if you meditate on this image of the mother breastfeeding the child, or the mother nurturing from her breast to the child, this meditation on this image will bring about miracles of healing.